Everybody loves him an underdog story, and when I think of Joey Wheeler, the first thing that pops into my head is,
there's no need to fear, underdog is here.
Boy, I know that nostalgia hit for at least half of my audience. Despite how Seto Kaiba and so many people treat our boy Joey Wheeler is probably one of the most impressive duelists in Yu-Gi-Oh! Especially when you take to the account that he's only been dueling professionally compared to others for a short time, and with only a few months under his belt was able to go to Duelist Kingdom for the weekend during the time where Yu-Gi-Oh! Just didn't have any rules and was really just paid to win, and was able to beat 3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monster champions, even when 2 of them cheated, and miraculously was able to end up in the top 4, which 2 of those spots were filled up by people with Millennium items. Then you go to Battle City, where his feats are even crazier, where in the single day of the tournament on the ground had 3 battles back to back to back, which in 2 of those 3 battles the opponents were also cheating. I mean, slipping a card in your opponent's deck's one thing, but Esperosa literally was looking at my man's cards for the whole game, and Joey knew and kept the game going. Now let's talk about Marik. He's a rich, pompous asshole who feels very entitled. Pretty much the exact opposite of an underdog. Real rich kid versus poor kid kind of situation going on here. So getting to see these 2 duel was actually more enjoyable than the actual finale. So when we were in the semifinals for the Battle City tournament, Marik decided when he went against Joey that they were going to turn their battle into a shadow game, meaning they were going to feel the pain of the game and whoever lost was going to lose their soul. Meaning in this game, whenever their monsters get hurt, they were going to feel the same exact pain. If you want to do your own DIY version of a Shadow Realm game, you could do what me and my friends used to do by putting shot collars around our necks. Nah, I'm kidding, don't do that. But it also means whoever didn't win was also going to lose their soul. And off-break, Marik treated Joey like he was a third-rate duelist, something that he would soon regret. And it's because of Marik acting the way he did, it opened the opportunity for Joey to have won this battle. And if he even did take it seriously, it still would have been very, very close. Because if this wasn't a shadow game, there's no doubt in my mind that Joey would have won. The only other thing that kind of messes Joey up is that he played like a beta bitch. Man was passive as hell for some reason, which he already had defeated a fake Marik just before this, but I guess I can kind of understand when he just saw his friends with benefits, and I mean, she has a whole lot of benefits, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, god damn, that's not even benefits, that's a whole stimulate. As he just watched her turn from a booty call to a lifeless doll. You know the ones I'm talking about. Now, Marik starts this battle off strong by summoning a monster with 1800 attack off rip and playing a face down, thus ending his turn. And rewatching this, seeing his turn end so fast was kind of refreshing to see. I'm just saying, if he was playing modern Yu-Gi-Oh, the whole episode would have just been this man's first move. Boom, got him. But when it gets to Joey's turn, either his inexperience or him being overly conscious really starts to show, as summoning Alligator Sword was kind of bad when you consider that he had Rocket Warrior in his hand, which would have been a card that would have been able to handle that 1800 attack behemoth and would have turned the tables very quickly for him. But because of this blunder, Marik was able to summon a monster and able to take out his Alligator Sword, making Joey take the first bit of damage, which pretty much equates to him being drilled to death, which, spending enough time on Rule 34 shows you that it's not always fun. Luckily for Joey, he was able to summon his Wakanda Forever Warrior and was able to get the first bit of chip damage off on Marik. But with Marik being a little bit of a crazy boy, he actually enjoys the pain immensely. You heard me right, my man enjoyed the pain of being cut in half. What did this children's card game do to him? So after Marik just tanking a whole slashing, he summons a monster, and instead of attacking Joey, he actually skips his attack phase. Why did Marik do this, pray tell? Well, he just did the equivalent of grittying on your opponent. Marik does not want to win this battle by draining his opponent's life points, he wants to do it by draining his opponent's spirit, by putting Joey through as much torture as he possibly can, which he does. Which I don't know why he was acting that way to Joey, as when Marik mind controlled him, he saw his deck and would have known that Joey has one of the most busted cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! That being Jinzo, who's really good against Marik's really heavy trap deck, which Joey ends up getting next turn, which if he would have summoned him right when he got him, he could have wrapped this duel up a lot sooner, as he was able to put some damage on Marik and almost ended the game the turn that Jinzo was out. But sadly for Joey, he couldn't predict that Marik was going to be a cheater as well and made up a card on the spot, that being Dark Wall of Wind. All I'm saying, if I can't use my Hello Kitty Warhammer figures as tokens, how can Marik use a card he probably printed off his computer? And if that wasn't bad enough, then summons a monster that ruined your day when you play Duel Links, that being Lava Golem, that solely did chip damage to Joey's life points, as well as making Joey feel like he's being burnt by lava. So if you added to the fact of him being drilled to death, burnt alive by lava, oh I forgot to mention he got electrocuted 6 times, Joey's not doing so good. Realizing he needs to end this quickly, he goes and tries to summon his boss monster. So trying his best to finish this as quickly as he can ends up like me when I go on a date, not able to seal the deal. As Marik activates his trap card that's able to get his Winged Dragon of Ra on the field. And even though with the Winged Dragon of Ra he wasn't able to kill Joey, meaning he was able to destroy his monster, meaning that Joey had to feel that pain. And I imagine being bathed in the flames of Egyptian god of rage doesn't feel so good. But my man has faced multiple deaths in one match. This man could be in a ReZero spinoff, as his New York spirit really came through. And unlike them towers that day, my man was still standing. Oh, let's go. And if I ever had to draw the face of shitting bricks, I would draw this one.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
With a face that looked like he just got the life sucked out of him, knowing he was gonna be able to tap that My Valentine once again. With his last answer straight, took his turn and pulled out Gear Free the Iron Knight. And my man was about that in the series right here and there. There was gonna be no season finale till my man passed out. Yep, the pain of the Shadow Games was too much for our New Yorker, and he collapsed before he could finish his turn, which if he did, it would have been enough to take out Marik for good. My man was cooking in the kitchen so much that Seto Kaiba himself gave the person he hated the most, being Joey Wheeler, a compliment. And that is a true underdog story. But hey, if there's anyone I need to give a quick glaze like I just did Joey here, or a moment that you can think of, go ahead and comment it down below. Also subscribe. We've had a bit of a hectic week with the snowstorm knocking out some power and internet, and I felt inspired, so I just wanted to make this for y'all really quick. We'll have a normal upload next week, but until then, I have more glazing I gotta do. See ya. Why is there a New York guy playing card games in the middle of Japan? I don't know. Why the hell was Bow Wow over there Tokyo drifting?